come closer, grab your favorite drink, save this episode for a rainy day whenever you feel like you're too much, you're too sensitive, and you're trying very hard to fix a relationship and fix yourself when everything is just going wrong, okay? Listen to this. What if there's nothing wrong with oversharing? Maybe the reason you're unloading everything isn't because you're too much, but because your soul needs to be seen, heard, and understood. Maybe the person or the people you're sharing this with simply don't have the capacity to hold your emotions, which means it's their capacity. And it's not about you. What if there's nothing wrong with your hypersensitivity? Maybe feeling everything so deeply isn't a flaw, it's a superpower. Maybe others don't just have the bandwidth to sit in those emotions with you. What if there's nothing wrong with your overthinking? Maybe your brain isn't broken. Maybe it's just processing at a higher frequency. Maybe the people around you can't keep up. By the way, if you're new here, I'm Yula. I'm the Anxious to Secure coach. Welcome to the Anxious to Secure podcast. Disclaimer, I'm not a therapist or doctor. This content is for informational and entertainment purposes only. It's not intended to diagnose, treat, or heal any mental health condition. If you're in an abusive relationship or dealing with severe mental health challenges, always seek professional advice. What if there's nothing wrong with your neediness? Maybe needing connection isn't needy, it's human. Maybe the people you're with can't stretch that far. What if there's nothing wrong with your tears? Maybe crying doesn't make you weak, it makes you alive, it makes you human, it makes you sensitive and emotional. Maybe people around you are just scared of emotions, not you. What if there's nothing wrong with jealousy? Maybe it's not insecurity, maybe it's a care. Maybe others just aren't used to that intensity. And what if there's nothing wrong with you overthinking their actions? Maybe replaying a text, analyzing a pause, or wondering what they mean doesn't mean there's something wrong with you or the relationship. It just means you're human and you want certainty and consistency. What if there's nothing wrong with you asking for clarity? Maybe needing to know isn't annoying, it's just honesty. It's not an anxious attachment need. It's a basic human foundation for any relationship. What if there's nothing wrong with you looking for connection? And maybe trying to bridge the gap isn't clingy, it's your heart wanting to be seen and to be safe. And maybe you are not the problem. Maybe it's them. Maybe it's their inability of handling stress, handling emotions, handling people, handling connections, handling love. What if there's nothing wrong with being too much? Maybe being loud and passionate and intense and fiery, full of life isn't the problem. It's magic. It's unique. Maybe the world isn't just ready for that energy yet. Maybe that person isn't just ready for this energy yet. Maybe you just haven't met the right person. What if there's nothing wrong with your questions? Maybe asking all of the things isn't annoying, it's curiosity. Maybe people just can't handle that kind of honesty. And what if there's nothing wrong with your boundaries? Maybe it's about time to set these boundaries. Maybe losing friendships isn't a loss, it's actually a gain. Maybe they just don't know how to respect that. Maybe it triggers something inside of them. And what if there's nothing wrong with your past? Maybe the things that shaped you aren't mistakes, they're lessons. Maybe people just don't see your growth. They only see the story. They only put you in one box. We grow up thinking we have to change. We have to fix ourselves, heal, just to be loved. We're trying to heal our anxious attachment style, to fix, to become a different person. But we actually lose and miss out on what's actually important. We don't have to fix and change ourselves. We actually just need to remember who we already are. And it's okay to be anxious. It's okay to be sensitive. It's actually exactly what makes us special. That makes us authentic and unique. We want to lose people in our life that are not aligned with our frequency. What if you're actually okay the way you are right now? And not just okay, exactly amazing and magnetic and lovable. What if you could still work on yourself, regulate your emotions, and look at your wounds, not because something is wrong with you, but from a place of, hey, you know what? I want to do this just to remember who I was before the fear, before the insecurity, place of becoming more authentically myself, to connect more with my inner child, not from a place of I have to do this, I have to fix myself, I have to downplay myself, I have to prove I'm worthy enough, I have to prove I'm not too much, not because you're broken, not because you're, too much apparently, not because someone else can't handle your feelings, but because you deserve to feel lighter, stronger, and empowered. So you are allowed to be fully you and still grow. This is the only thing I wanted to give away from this episode. Check out my free resources in the attachment library. And remember, change in your relationship starts with you, thought by thought, action by action, and now episode by episode. Lots of love, Yula.